Okay, so let's start with a really interesting question. What if your armor wasn't something you wore, but something you were? We're about to dive into an ancient culture that believed their truest protection, well, it wasn't forged in metal. It was actually inked right into their skin. And our story, it starts in a pretty wild place. We're going deep into the Siberian permafrost, where some truly remarkable discoveries are flipping everything we thought we knew about ancient art, identity, and even warfare on its head. Think about that number for a second. 2,500 years. That's how long these nomadic warriors of the Pazyryk culture were locked away in the ice. And this wasn't just, cold storage. It was like a perfect time capsule. It preserved not just their bodies, but the incredible secrets etched right onto their skin. So, when archaeologists finally unearthed figures like the famous Siberian Ice Maiden, what they found was just astonishing. Her skin was literally a canvas, covered in these unbelievably detailed scenes of mythical beasts and cosmic patterns. And you have to understand, these were not just random marks. This was a whole lost language, a language of spiritual survival. So, that leads to the obvious question, right? How in the world did they create such sophisticated, permanent art using Iron Age technology? Well, the answer is a testament to some serious skill. The main method they used was a super meticulous process called hand poking. Picture this. An artist dips a sharp tool into pigment, and then, with just incredible precision and patience, they prick the design into the skin, one tiny dot at a time. The end result? A permanent, powerful mark. And they weren't just using one tool either. Researchers think they had a whole kit. Their needles, sharpened animal bone. The pigment, often just simple soot. And by studying the tattoos themselves, we can actually see evidence of different tools. A super fine, single-point needle for those crisp outlines, and then a thicker, multi-point tool for filling in those big, powerful designs. And like archaeologist Aaron Dater-Wolf says, this wasn't some kind of primitive scratching, not at all. This was a refined, generational art form. These were true craftspeople who passed their knowledge down with incredible care, just like any other master artisan would. Okay, so we've got the how. Now let's get into the why. What were these incredible tattoos actually saying? What was this language of the skin trying to communicate? Well, the dominant theme is something we now call the Scythian animal style, and it's basically this visual language that's just crackling with power and motion. We're talking real and mythical creatures, griffins, stags, snow leopards, often tangled up in these dynamic scenes of combat. It's beautiful for sure, but it's also intensely fierce. And you know what? That intensity was the entire point. The Scythians believed these images weren't just for decoration. Oh no, they were protective sigils. The whole idea was that by inking a predator onto your skin, you literally absorbed its qualities, its strength, its cunning, its speed. It was a direct transfer of power. So these tattoos were basically a living, breathing resume. They showed off your status and your nobility. The more ink you had, the higher your rank. They told your life story, every battle you won, every important ritual you went through, and maybe most importantly, they were a unique signature of who you were. Get this, no two mummies have ever been found with the exact same tattoos. So here's the crucial point. All of this, the incredible craftsmanship, the powerful symbols, the markers of status, it all came together to form this one single, incredibly powerful concept. And this slide just illustrates the core idea so brilliantly. You see, the Scythians basically had two kinds of armor. You had the physical stuff, right? Iron or bone scales to protect the body in a fight. But then you had the metaphysical armor, the tattoos. That was what protected the soul, not just in this life, but on the journey to the next one. And unlike physical armor, this shield could never, ever be taken off or lost. They called it their sovereign skin. Just think about that name. It's a permanent spiritual shield etched right into their very being, guarding them against everything from physical enemies to hostile spirits. I love this modern interpretation someone came up with. It's like these tattoos were a kind of Bluetooth connection to the spirit world. They made sure that a warrior's power, their essence, and their story stayed connected to them, ensuring they had a safe passage into the afterlife. But this ancient practice isn't just some relic of the past, frozen under the ice. It's still revealing its secrets to us today, and it's all thanks to modern technology. Using new techniques like near-infrared imaging, researchers are literally peeling back the layers of time. It's allowing us to see these ancient tattoos with a kind of clarity that was just impossible before. And what we're seeing is just incredible. This new view is revealing tattoos that had faded so much, they were totally invisible to the naked eye. It confirms the sheer level of artistry and detail that went into them. We can see so much more clearly how they use different tools on the same body, and it's giving us a much more accurate dictionary for decoding this ancient animal style. And as we learn more about all this powerful ancient aesthetic is finding new life. The Pazyryk animal style is having a real modern revival. People today are choosing to wear these ancient designs, connecting our present directly to a distant, powerful past. And that really leaves us with a final kind of provocative thought. The Scythians told the stories of their lives, their status, their power, their spiritual beliefs, right on their skin. So you have to wonder, what stories will our own modern tattoos tell the archaeologists of the future, 2,500 years from now?